Hi everybody, it's Casey Williams. When I was a kid growing up in the 1980s, I was enamored with concept cars. Their swoopy exteriors, digital interiors, and whooshing by on electric powertrains. But none of those concept cars prepared us for the vehicle we're driving this week. It's the 2023 Nissan Ariya Platinum Plus. Let's go have a look at it. Well, no doubt the Ariya looks like it rolled out of an auto show about 35 years ago. I mean, just look at the design of it, just really smooth, really beautiful, and I just really like it. And it starts at the front, the grille kind of ties it to Nissan's V-Motion grille. All this is all big black panel. I like it when the logo lights up at night. That's very cool as well. But it just looks really cool. And I really like it in the two-tone red and black, very advanced. The 19-inch alloy wheels really set it off. Black molding here around the wheels again. But when you stand back and just look at the lines of it, it's just gorgeous. I just love the way it looks. And I saw it in photos. I thought it looks kind of nice. You see it in person, and you really just start seeing all the lines and light on the body surfaces. It looks really beautiful. I love this line, this crease that comes already up here. It comes into the rear fender. Just like it a lot. And Nissan in the last couple of years kind of had this floating roof design on their crossovers, and this sort of continues it, but with the two-tone you don't see it as much. Come around the back, tail lamps, full width across. The light bar looks really nice too. Power hatch. And coming inside, there's quite a bit of space here. Of course, the back seats fold down, they're split fold, so you can get bicycles, bigger gear in here. But for a vehicle that's going to carry at most 4 people most of the time, you got plenty of space to get your luggage in here. The exterior was the design team's opening salvo, but I really think they did their best work here on the interior. And at first, when I saw kind of the bluish gray color, I thought, I don't know if I really like that with the red and the black on the exterior, but I think it really works really well now that I've spent some time in it. Again, you're not looking at the exterior of the car when you're driving all the time. But I really like these seats. This is the Platinum Plus package, which is the the high-end luxury package in this vehicle. But you got the Napa leather seats, they're heated and ventilated, nicely bolstered, and they just feel very comfortable, and I like these a lot. You also got a heated leather wrapped steering wheel, and again, like the kind of the 2-spoke design with the flat bottom on it, looks really cool. And you just start seeing some of the details. You got the suede on here on the dash, also on the doors, stitched. Again, it looks really pretty. I like the color of it, but it just has a super quality to it. I like the contrasting colors on the door. The speaker vents, they got lights back behind them, so when they're on at night especially, you see the speaker vents. And I also really like this wide flat floor that you get from an electric car. So there's a lot of space, a lot of storage. The console, kind of a concept car feature. You press a button here, and it slides back. You get other storage down below. But there are a lot of other design features that you really start kind of looking at this. I love this kind of antique brass here on the air vents going across the dash. I think it's really pretty. You guys get the same thing here kind of going on above the cup holders in that little door. And this is, you see the wood grain panel, and it feels like real wood. It's really nice. But when you look really close, these are the climate controls. And they've got haptic feedback, so when you press them, you can kind of feel that there's a button there and that's responded to it. But it's all flush, and it's just the lights coming through the wood. It's just beautiful. I like the dashboard. That laid out really well. The twin screen arrangements, become very common in cars. Mercedes sort of started with the S-Class several years ago, but it works well. You got the flat screen instrument cluster here, very easy to read, very crisp. Infotainment controls, they're also very intuitive. You got the 10-speaker Bose audio system, so you connect your devices to that through Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless charging, and of course Bluetooth. Heads-up display, and I really like it too. It's just right there above the hood, kind of projected. It also has all of the crash avoidance systems. They come up there, and when you're using the adaptive cruise control, that system also deploys. So you can pretty much drive the vehicle looking out of the windshield. Of course, the radio stations also come out there. But I just really like everything they've done. It's just every single little detail in here is just beautifully done. I always love driving electric cars. They're just smooth, quiet, effortless acceleration. It's just everything you just dream of in a high-powered car, but without any of the drama. And I really like driving this one. So this is the upper end version with the bigger battery pack in it. Does 0 to 60 in 4.8 seconds, so it's certainly quick. 389 horsepower, over 400 pound-feet of torque. Plenty of power in a mid-sized crossover. It has all-wheel drive, so again, power gets the road. Poor weather, not a problem. But being a pure electric car, the concern always is range. This has plenty of range. So this has about 270 miles range. I've been seeing that plus. When I unplugged a few minutes ago, it was like right at 270. That's a little more actually than what Nissan claims, but it's been delivering. I've been on the highway running 72 miles per hour, and it's been maintaining that range. So it's really good. City driving, even better than that. So I'm very happy with that. Charge time's not terrible. You can recharge 10 to 80% of the battery in 40 minutes. That is not as fast as some of Nissan's competitors, but it's adequate. Plug in a 240 volt charger either at work or in your home garage, and you're looking at about 14 hours to fully recharge. And I think most people will probably end up charging that at home. You drive home, you plug it in overnight, and wake up in the morning, you got another 270 miles range. So I think for most people that's probably enough, unless you're just going to get an interstate and drive. But overall, again, it's just been really a joy. I pointed out earlier, but there's a button here on the console. It's called E-Step. You can press that, and what it does is when you lift off the throttle, it goes immediately into regenerative braking, a little bit of braking, and it replenishes the batteries pretty aggressively. So there's some things you can do. Drive this vehicle lightly, and you'll definitely extend the range. Ready? Well, it seemed like it took forever to Nissan to get the Ariya on the road, and we've been seeing concept versions of it and near production versions of it for quite a long time. But I have to say, now that we finally have one on the road, it's lived up to the expectations. It's always nice to have a little more range, but the vehicle really is a delight to drive. I love the style. I love the fact that you feel special in it. You feel like you bought a concept car, and it just works seamlessly in just about every way. And I really like all the styling detail on the inside as well. So you might imagine that a vehicle well equipped like this might come with a little bit of a hefty price tag. The Ariya starts right at $43,000, just a tad over it. This one, with everything in it, $62,770. Again, not a cheap vehicle, but I think when you get in and you drive and you say, that feels like a $60,000 vehicle. Well, next week, another fun drive. Until then, storm forward.